Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers, welcome back to Cricket Happenings, and let me start off by congratulating India for making a clean sweep of the series against Sri Lanka, which was expected, as I said, but in the manner in which India had a crushing victory by an innings and 171 runs was very notable. And I have to say that India have created a record because in the past, this is, and I'm also told this is the first ever 3-0 whitewash that India has done away from home. So that definitely shows in the manner in which India played in this series. Everything has been like a crushing victory for India. And well, as I said, congratulations to the Indian team for doing so, finishing the match off in 3 days. And definitely it was something that Sri Lanka was definitely stunned with, I would say. And so that is, and just talking about the game here, and then we'll also have a look at some Caribbean Premier League matches and some other cricket news as well. But let's look at the match as to what happened. So they were, as you know, overnight they were 19 for 1 if I'm not wrong, and then Karunaratne and Pushpa Kumara was at the crease. Well, one saw that the bowling was very sharp. Mohammad Shami was absolutely on the money. Ravichandran Ashwin was operating from the other end, and finally, it did not take time for India to grab the first wicket of the morning, as the wicket which went was of Dimut Karunaratne, who was caught very well by Rahane of the bowling of Ashwin. Ashwin definitely kept the batsman on real tenterhooks as to whether to come forward, whether to go backward, and he really tested their patience, and Karunaratne was a victim. Caught Rahane, bowled Ashwin for 16 with 3 boundaries. After that, Mohammad Shami picked up dispatched the night watchman Malinda Pushpa Kumara to the pavilion by getting him caught behind for 1, and then Mohammad Shami, as you know, he has that wonderful delivery which actually seams in, and he got one of those deliveries to Kushal Mendes to get him LBW for 12 with 2 boundaries. After that, they were 4 wickets down, like in the first innings, and they were 39 for 4. And then once again it was Chandimal, but this time Angelo Matthews gave some support, as Dinesh Chandimal and Angelo Matthews slowly tried to retrieve the situation by putting on, I would say, it was almost 65 runs partnership, as they pushed on the score to 104. But that was the time Dinesh Chandimal's wicket was taken, and it was Kuldeep Yadav who picked up the wicket of Dinesh Chandimal, who slashed across the line. He was gone for 36 with 4 boundaries. Ashwin getting Angelo Matthews LBW for 35, 2 4s and 1 6. Niroshan Dikwala continued from what he did in the first innings, as he picked up very brisk 41 with 5 boundaries before Yadav had him as a victim. After that, it was pretty quick work, I would say, with Dilrohan Pereira caught Pandya, bowled Ashwin for 8 with 1 boundary. Sandakan was out for 8 with 2 boundaries to the bowling of Mohammad Shami, and the victory, the death knell was sounded for Sri Lanka when Ashwin actually clean bowled Lairu Kumara for 10 with 2 boundaries. Thus, India registering the first ever clean sweep in a 3-match series away from home. And congratulations to the Indian team. Fernando was not on 4, and it was a crushing victory by an innings and 171 runs. They were all out for 181. Mohammad Shami, 15 overs, 6 minutes, 32 runs and 3 wickets, absolutely on the money. Ravichandran Ashwin, 28.3 overs, 6 maidens, 68 runs and 4 wickets, bowled very well. Umesh Yadav, 13 overs, 5 maidens, 21 runs and 2 wickets. Kuldeep Yadav got him as the wicket, 17 overs, 4 maidens, 156. And that was it. And finally, the test series came to a conclusion with India winning the 3-match series 3-0. Hardik Pandya, for slamming his maiden test run, was named man of the match, and the player of the series going to the consistent player Shikhar Dhawan, and it was justified as well. So This was done in a wonderful manner. So now the focus will be shifting off to the 5-match ODI series coming between India and Sri Lanka, and also a solitary T20. But one has to say, one can understand that this Sri Lankan team was really crippled with the absence of the pace combination, experienced pace bowlers. As you know, Fernando and Kumar had only probably played 7 or 8 test matches between them, so that really tells you. And as I said in the preview itself, one was wondering whether this opening combination would be enough to actually battle the Indians, and that was precisely the case. It was not. It was very tough for them, and then they had the challenge against the Indian spinners as well. Even though Ravindra Jadeja did not play, I thought India deserved kudos for actually getting this victory, and it was all in the manner in which they had the victories. It was all very, very comprehensive victories in this 3-match ODI series. Sorry, in the 3-match Test series, and I think Sri Lanka. Well, if you look at the Sri Lankan team, if you look at it, Karunaratne did his job. Taranga was an absolute failure in this series. Pushpa Kumara as a spinner, I thought he showed a lot of promise. Kushal Mendes could not be consistent. That was a problem, and even nobody was able to really go on, and I think Karunaratne was the only one who actually hit a century, and probably Kushal Mendes in the second test, I suppose. But other than that, nobody was able to go on to a big knock. Even Angelo Matthews and Chandimal, the most experienced persons, also failed to come to the party. Niroshan Dikwala showed glimpses, but he was not able to get the big one that was expected of him. And all in all, the pace bowling, as I already told, was a bit crippled. The spinners also, Rangana Herath was rested, but he could not really make an impression in this series, one could say, because India had a definite game plan in mind as to how to play him, not to play him from the back foot, but to play him on the front foot, and that plan really, really worked against Rangana Herath, I thought. So anyways, India have everything to gain from. As far as Sri Lanka are concerned, one understands that this is a rebuilding team. So again, Sri Lanka did not despair, but the manner in which they lost was a bit concerning as far as Sri Lankan cricket is concerned. But and that too, India would be very happy that they came to Sri Lanka and beat Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka, whitewashed them 3-0. And I think India should be very proud of the fact that they really had some comprehensive victories against Sri Lanka. So as I said, the focus will be shifting on the ODI series in the solitary T20. Now, just talking on some cricket news, the news comes in that Ravichandran Ashwin would well be playing after the Sri Lankan tour. He would be heading to England, to the English county. It's the first time Ravichandran Ashwin will be playing for the English county cricket team, County Cricket League, and he will be a part of the Worcestershire team in the, I think, hopefully he will play some NatWest T20 Blast matches as well. So that is one news. And also Ravindra Jadeja is also another one who probably would be probably playing for some English counties. So that's the news which is coming in. Other than that, let's have a look at some cricket news. Now, looking at cricket news, let's talk about first yesterday's game that happened in the Caribbean Premier League. So looking at it, well, I'm trying to see whether I can actually talk about that particular match. Yes, we are talking about the game which was an interesting one at that. It happened between St. Lucia Stars and Guyana Amazon Warriors, and Guyana Amazon Warriors finally got off the mark against the they got off the mark in the CPL 2017 with a victory by 6 wickets, a maiden win in this particular tournament, and it has taken a long time coming. But the problem was that St. Lucia were the ones who were left with no victory till now, and that is really concerning. Darren Sammy's men could not get this victory. Well, talking about the target, I thought this match was very well played, especially Adil Rashid was the hero, no doubt about it. What a spell of bowling from Adil Rashid. I mean, he kept on, one of the overs that he bowled to Darren Sammy really showed what a class act that was. Darren Sammy was absolutely searching for the ball, and it was done in such a manner that it forced Darren Sammy at the end of the over to give a high five to Rashid Khan to tell him that mate, you're too good. And definitely Darren Sammy definitely struggled to spot the deliveries of Rashid Khan, and Rashid Khan who didn't have any wickets till now finally got 2 wickets for 9 runs of his full quota of 4 overs, 2 for 9, and I thought that was very well done by Rashid Khan. I'm still trying to see whether I can talk to you about this particular match. So the St. Lucia Stars, St. Lucia were the ones who actually batted first, and they put on 152 for 8 on the board. It was all about a very electric knock coming in from the muscles of Johnson Charles, who hit 3 fours and 4 sixes in a very quick knock of 53 of just 32 deliveries. Other than that, Shane Watson contributed 32 of 27 with 3 fours. Darren Sammy struggled with the bat, I thought. He had 3 sixes just before he was getting out. He made 26 of 24, and 152 for 8 was the score for the St. Lucia Stars. The bowling, it was all about Rashid Khan. 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 9. Splendid bowling from him. Primus also impressive, 1 for 25. But Ryan Emrith was amongst the wickets. 4 wickets for 35 runs of his 4 overs. 1 for 36 Soil Tanveer. Perumal played his first game, 4 overs, none for 24. Paul was very costly. His 1 over scrapped for 21 runs. Charles going after him in a big way. As far as Guyana Amazon Warriors were concerned, who were definitely looking out for their maiden win, the CPL 2017, finally got there with Chadwick Walton smashing 33 of 20 balls, 4 fours and 1 6, 23 from Guptill of 28 balls, 12 to Babar Azam. Jason Mohammed and Gajendra Singh were the ones who really pushed them to victory, with Jason Mohammed catching 38 of 31, 3 fours, 1 6. Gajendra Singh was more aggressive, 35 unbeaten runs of 22 balls, 3 fours and 2 sixes, helping them get the victory. As 153 for 4, they won the match. And one has to say that the match went down all the way down to the wire with 8 runs required of the final over, and with 1 ball to spare, Guyana Amazon Warriors picked up their first event yesterday. Shillingford was a bit costly. His 4 overs was hit for 41 with only 1 wicket to show besides his name. And player of the match, without any doubt, it was Rashid Khan. What a spell of bowling from this youngster, Rashid Khan of Afghanistan. Wonderful bowling. So Guyana Amazon Warriors have got off the mark in the CPL 2017. Well, dear fans, I don't have much to. Let's go live to the other game that is happening, and let me give you a live cricket update, and probably I'll be ending my cricket show after that. I'm trying to see whether I can lay my hands on the latest match which is being played as I'm talking to you. There is a match which is played right now, and the match which is played is between, I'm trying to see as to which 2 teams are playing. So please bear with me, dear fans, friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Yes, it's being played between the Trinbago Knight Riders and it is between the Patriots. So right now as I'm talking to you, the Patriots score reached 80 for 3, the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriot. The score says 80 for 3 right now. So I'm just trying to check the scores as to see as to what's the situation here between St. Kitts Nevis Patriot and the other team, which is the Trinbago Knight Riders, who are doing extremely well in this CPL 2017. Yes, Brooks is really looked very impressive for the Patriots. Is still there, unconquered on 33 of 26 balls, 1 4 and 2 sixes, has looked very impressive with the bat. Gale was dismissed cheaply by Nareen for 9. for 4. Mohammad Hafiz was a victim, run out for 13. And King was out for 9. Carter is not out on 6. 81 for 3 is the current score. So with this, it's about time for me to end this daily cricket show for today by bidding you all a very good night. Thank you.